Hey guys, welcome back to Overlanding Omar. In this episode I'm just going to show you how I insulated and sound deadened the actual cab to just make it a bit more of a hospitable place to be on those really long journeys. I also discover a bit of an issue with the roof, which I will deal with in another video, but that caused an issue when doing the lining on the ceiling. I'd also like to say that I do post on Instagram content that's probably a little bit more current than my videos are, because I'm trailing behind a little bit on my videos, so check that out as well. Alright, so those two are off, the other two down there are off. I've labelled them, so in my experience these things can go missing quite quickly. Might even take these plates off. I don't see the point in having them over there to hold a bit of card. See what's behind that. And then basically I'm going to put some CarBuilders acoustic matting, you know, that sort of butyl type stuff, I don't know what it is, and some of these bigger plates on the sides and up here. And then what I'm going to do is then I've got some from the same place, I think they call it van insulation, something like that. Yeah, so it's like silver on one side, a foam of about 12 mil thick, and I'm assuming it's sticky back on the other side. So I'm going to put the CarBuilders acoustic stuff on first, then that insulation, which apparently is acoustic as well, and then on top of that I'm going to put carpet. See how that works. I'm not sure how well it sticks to that silver insulation, but we'll soon find out. If we can deaden this area here, that'd be wonderful. It'll reduce some of the racket that goes on in this truck, and slowly we're going to work our way forward, because I need to deal with the roof as well at some point, which is not looking brilliant because of all the holes that were in there, and my fiberglass plate is on top covering all the holes. And while I'm at it, I'm trying to think of a way of having a center console so I can put like the stereo and maybe even the two-way radio in there, and perhaps a few other bits and pieces like map lights and stuff, because this dashboard is just dreadful. There's no way, everything is like below your knee level. I don't know how these people designed stuff back in those days, but there you go, that's the 80s for you. Yeah, so that's the next job, is to clean all this. I want to get it to the point where this back wall and the two side pillars down to the floor there is done, because what I'd like to do, I've only got about 3 weeks. Of course, when you're working full time things take much longer, and I want to get the seat back in the modified seat, which I've modified to raise it and lower the backrest a little bit, so that I can get in and out the crawl through easier, and so can the dogs. I want to get that in. I'll leave the floor then for a bit, so we can go off. I've got a 2-week break in, like I said, 4 weeks time, and there's a few other things I need to do inside to make it a reasonable trip. So yeah, there's lots to do. I'm in the truck now, and I've stripped out most of the back end. Probably showed you this before. And what I'm in the middle of doing is putting the old CarBuilders Sound Deadening on. I've decided to pretty much cover the back wall, and down here I'm going to do the same with the floor. I think these trucks are noisy enough. I know you're only supposed to use them strategically, but see how I go. I've only got 2.5, 3 boxes left. There's a good view of the ramp inside to the crawl through. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm now putting the other layer. It's from CarBuilders. It comes in a roll. It's like a 10mm memory foam type thing with a silver backing and sticky tape on the other, sticky side. So I'm going to stick it straight onto here, and I'm going to carpet up on top of that. As for the ceiling, I'm still in two minds how to do it because of all this old, I don't know what it is, I think it's like contact adhesive. I don't want to spend hours cleaning it, so I am going to go with the old board that's going to slip into these gaps here and around there, and then the board I'm going to put that van build foam on it. I might put the odd bit of CarBuilders sound deadening at the top to reduce maybe some noise up there, but I'm not going to put tons of it because I don't know how well it sticks on ceilings. I don't think it's meant to go on ceilings. I'll do those, put the van lining or whatever it's called on the wood on the inside. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. So get down to this truck. This is the roll of the van stuff. You can see it's the foam, sticky back on that side and silver on this side, like so. Anyway, let's get on with it. So in we come. As you can see, I've now started putting the foam layer on. I don't know if you can see that. And I've taped it there, put a curve in there, and yeah, so now we're doing that. Here's another piece I'm just about to put in. It's a real fiddle because this cab's obviously not square. You've got to go around corners. I'm sure lots of other people have had these problems. So that's that done. I'm going to now do the bottom bit down there. Try and get this wall finished today, and then maybe tomorrow after work I'll do the floor so we can get this chair back in. Again, I'm working to sort of a deadline because I've got a couple of weeks off in about 3 weeks time, and I'd like to go away for at least a week and go down the infamous Wild Desert Flower Trail. I think it's a trail. You can drive it as far as I know. I'm going to have to get some maps. But I'm going to start about where I live and go inland, and then literally follow it on the inland country roads all the way down to a town called York, I think. Apparently it's supposed to be spectacular in that area, and then see how I go when we get that far. As long as everything's working well, might even extend the trip to right down the southwest of Australia, which is towards Bustleton. I've got a friend there, and I might park up there for a couple of days or nights and do a little jolly down there and then come back up. We'll see how we go, but let's get this truck ready for the road. Cutting insulation. I've got a whole pile of them here. Cut them to about 50mm in width. Sort of the broad side of the length, the roll. And what I've done so far is I've put the I'm just going to climb these steps before I break my neck. Sound deadening on, the old CarBuilders Sound Deadening, so that's in between, so it makes the roof a bit less tinny. I haven't done the whole roof because I don't want too much weight in the roof. So you'll see I've done it here in between the ribs that go upwards. And now I'm in the middle of putting the insulation in the same spot. And the idea is to get this as level as possible so I can roll some more of this stuff right across the whole lot. And trust me, it's a very laborious, slow process, especially working above your head. So there's all the pile of bits. So I'm going to trim them up. And now I'm going to be doing, there's the last one over there. And then I'm going to be doing all these here. All the front ones going to the windscreen and across there. Get that done, dusted. My biggest problem is the contact adhesive that you get in Bunnings is garbage. The only one that seems to be any good is the Sikaflex one, which is that one over there. This stuff is terrible. Do not buy this stuff. It's garbage. And the only other way is to do it with the actual original contact adhesive tin. I went to an upholsterer to buy some carpet and he said do not touch Sally's products. That was the first thing, because they're dreadful. He wasn't sure about Sikaflex, but he said you're better off buying the tin of the liquid and spreading it on with a brush or a roller or anything rather than using the spray, unless you buy upholsterers ready to spray contact adhesive, which you can't get here either, so unfortunately. And I don't think this stuff is ready to spray because it's too thick, so there must be a solvent that they put with it. I have seen them for sale online, but I can't get it here, so I'm having to put it on manually, which takes twice as long. So before I cut out that light fitting, I've used like a leathers belt hole maker and stamped through, see that, where I want my screws. The original ones were here, so I moved them a little bit across, so I can't get their size Christmas tree fitting or whatever it was they used, because the hole's quite big. It's like a 12mm, 10mm hole. So I'm not sure what sort of Christmas tree fitted in that one, but it's not a standard one. Anyway, let's go and test fit this, and if it fits. Ah, you bugger. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's not clever. I'm pissed. This was without a doubt a real pain in the butt. If I did it again, I think I would make it out of 2 panels because it was just ridiculous to try and line it up on those 3 sides. Hopefully no damage. That's really pissed me off now with that break, but I'll glue it together, and once you put the carpet and the insulation, it's not going to crack any further, hopefully. Another lovely day. So I have now put the insulation on the back side, put the carpet on this side, and what I'm about to do is to cut the carpet out of here and the fixing points. What you'll see is I've doubled up some plastic washers with super glue, and then super glued them and Sikaflex them into this, so when the screws go on it doesn't cause the thin ply to bow, and the idea is to stop it cracking, I guess. So what I've done now is I've put a soldering iron on to get hot. There we go. It's off. Let's see what it looks like from the other side. Oh yeah. These are all there. Perfect. Right, let's get it on there. Nice, sunny, not too hot a day, but warmish. I don't think I've done much filming of the interior of this cab, so far we've done all this. This has had 3 layers. It's had this stuff put on it, which is the sound deadening stuff, or the vibration, I don't know what you call that, masticky stuff, CarBuilders, and then it's had a layer of this 10mm foam with foil on the one side and sticky back on the other. By the way, the sticky back does not work. It just comes off. It sticks temporarily and then it comes off. So what I've been doing is using a brush and some proper contact adhesive on both sides, and that's much better. But anyway, it's on, and I've used normal automotive carpet. I've told you about the headliner, which is almost finished. Just a few screws to blacken over there, and I'm halfway across from that side. So I've put the car builder on, and now the foam's gone on, as you can see over there. I've got a bit to do in the middle, and I'm going to do this bit here. Unfortunately, I ran out of contact adhesive last night, so I had to get some more today, and I'm going to do that. I'm only doing this, that sun's in the wrong spot for me, so that I can go in, because I've decided to go away for a couple of days and go camping. Only done up to that point there. The front end has not been touched. Same with the ceiling. I've done only up to there because I'm going to have a split console in there, and I don't know where it's going at this stage. So it's only half done, so we probably won't get the full effect of the deadening, although I think we'll get some. And hopefully to get the back chair in all ready so I can get the dogs in. You can see my adapted extensions for my seats, which are sitting there and over there, which will raise the seat a little bit, so it's easier to get in and out of the corridor. Alright, let's keep working. Pretty much finished laying down the van wall insulation throughout the back end. I haven't done anything to the front end of the truck. I'm getting it ready so I can go on this trip inland and perhaps down south. I end up putting the modified seat back in after I reupholstered it to cover the frame that I'd welded up. As you can see in this video, I am putting glue on both surfaces, including that sticky back part of the van insulation, because like I said before, it doesn't stick that well. It certainly did not stick that well to the vertical surfaces. I guess it probably would on the horizontal, but I didn't want to risk it because I didn't want to do this all over again. It's quite an involved process. Anyone who's done insulation on the side of a vehicle will know how much work this takes and how fiddly it can be. Anyway, I'll end the video here because the next part will fit quite nicely after the trip back from going inland. Oh, and by the way, I post quite regularly on Instagram. The handle is Overlanding _Omar on Instagram. So if you want to see any extra bits of information or photographs or small short videos, then check it out on my Instagram account.